it comes to home renovation, drywall is the first step to getting smooth walls and a finished look for your space. Whether you're replacing damaged drywall or doing a remodel, knowing how to properly remove it is key. I'll give you all the tips and tricks to remove your drywall like a pro. The first step to any big project is making sure the utilities are turned off. Drywall has all kinds of things behind it: plumbing, HVAC, and electrical. A stud finder is a great tool to help find obstacles that might be lurking behind old drywall. Now that I've located them, I'm going to mark them with tape to avoid cutting into them later. Now, one thing that goes along with removing drywall is dust. So our next step is to prep the room. I'm going to move the smaller furniture out and then protect the larger pieces and the floors with a drop cloth. Now, before removing the drywall, we need to remove the molding. I'm going to use a utility knife to cut the seam right where the molding caulk line meets the drywall. With the pry bar, the molding pops right off. Just like that. Maybe you're only removing a small section of drywall to repair damage. Now, there are a few extra steps to follow for this. First, I'm going to measure my section of drywall that I need to remove and remember those dimensions to determine the size of drywall to replace it. Now, let's use a multi-tool to cut out the section, saw across the middle of the wall. This is called a flood cut. Move the saw nice and slow to be precise with this process. Then finish cutting out your corner and the edges of the section with the multi-tool. Then, you may need to pry the piece out with a pry bar. Removing an entire piece of drywall is even easier than a section. First, we need to loosen and make holes in the drywall. Cut through the joint compound at your corner using a utility knife. Using your hammer, punch holes along the middle of the wall to give your hands a place to grab, and use the claw of the hammer to start prying away from the studs. Make sure you punch the holes close enough to connect to make space for your hand. And then just grab it and pull. Some older drywall may be painted with lead paint or contain asbestos. You may need to hire a professional for proper removal and disposal. It's always wise to remove old drywall rather than put new drywall on top. Removal also allows you to inspect the interior wall for worn wiring, termite damage, and other wear and tear. Now that you know how to remove drywall like a pro, you're on your way to a whole new room. Here are the tools and materials you're going to need to remove drywall. Good luck, and thanks for shopping at the Home Depot.